Welcome to another episode of Dojo Sessions.
If you have the channel to talk to the dead, you're going to talk to the card. And that's, the person has to be there. You have to read for the dead.
Like, what abilities do you have and why do people come to you?
I was born with this. I couldn't move my hands. I couldn't move my neck. I couldn't move nothing. And I kept hearing them and hearing them, hearing. The spirits went inside of me.
So what if somebody wanted to contact a lost loved one and they're in hell? How does that work?
Do you believe when a person...
And even today, having you in here with all these items on the table, it's definitely a very strong energy in the room.
Yes,
most
I feel
definitely.
it. This is a very strong room.
So you visualize things.
Yes.
So at what point did you start to realize you had a connection with the other side and people that have passed on? Where did that start to develop?
That started to... I was afraid of that. I used to have people come to me on clouds talking to me in my dreams.
On clouds?
On clouds.
With sleep paralysis is something that is afflicted me since I've been a little kid. It hasn't happened in some months, but I've had some very crazy stories. I wanted to share a couple with you to see kind of what you think those were.
Yes, go ahead.
It was probably like 3 a.m. I wake up, I have sleep paralysis, can't move. I'm like, okay, it's just the usual sleep paralysis. I thought it was her coming up behind me. It was pitch black, but it was her figure. It was a figure of a woman, I could tell. Walked up behind me on the couch, leaned down, kissed me on the head. I thought it was her. The next day I asked her, I saw you kiss me last night, thank you. And she basically said, I did not kiss you, I haven't been up. I went back to sleep. Shortly after that, it got me again. This time, I saw, like, to this day, I still tell the story. I got a little hand, I saw a hand coming up, shadow coming up. Right when I looked at it, it let me go. When it was really bad, I felt like something was waiting for me to die. And when I died, it was gonna take me and just...
I felt the lady was gonna have a heart attack. And I got scared from the lady because I didn't even know how to react because I was so young. Very excited to show everyone how psychics are real and how it is an enjoyable sessions, not scary, enjoyable sessions with knowledge for you, so you would know your past, present, and future and know everything that comes above or before.
But like, I'm okay to talk about it on camera.
Talk about it.
I know that
it's the truth here.
When you first got here, you shook my hand and you said something about my energy. And, you know, I'm okay if you being open with it. Like, what did you feel when you shook my hand?
Welcome. I'm the 5th psychic generation. This is Hollywood. I am the first in century of the 5th century in the generation of my grandmother, my mother, and I. It comes all from the root of the heart. We are born as psychics. We are going to be questioned today why and how and when and where does our energy come from, our psychic ability comes from. We're going to be asked today, and here we go.
On that note, everyone, welcome to another episode of Dojo Sessions, Learning Life Through Lessons, Sensei Kai. This is a very special Halloween episode that I wanted to put together. I actually found Beverly Asia, and someone was just calling me to reach out to her, and I'm glad I did. As y'all can see, she came through. We're about to have a great episode. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
I'm very excited to show everyone how psychics are real and how it is an enjoyable sessions, not scary, enjoyable sessions with knowledge for you, so you would know your past, present, and future and know everything that comes above or before.
I will say, Beverly, even speaking to you through the phone before I met you, I felt your presence and your energy as we talked. And even today, having you in here with all these items on the table, is definitely a very strong energy in the room.
Yes,
Most
I feel
definitely.
it. This is a very strong room. Tonight is going to be a very full connection in this room with the followings of this filming here tonight. It's going to go throughout all these people in this room tonight is going to share this testimony from me tonight will be a very successful and helpful services for you guys out there.
And that's the goal. I really want to shed light on what everything it is that you do. You mentioned the word psychic. So could we start there? Like, what abilities do you have and why do people come to you?
I was born with this. And as my parents, my mother reached out to her mother. Then the grandmother was still living, so we had very strong connection, a very strong line connection with the universe, a very powerful line. So when you take from a child to a mother, to another mother, to a grandmother, it's a very strong and connecting. It's like you already done know how to pull whichever alternative of a problem, of a feeling, of a knowledge in somebody's body, mind, soul, and spirit.
I know you mentioned it started with your great grandmother, right?
Yes.
At what age did you notice that you had certain abilities?
10-year-old.
10 years old. What was that day where, like, what happened? Did something happen?
I went to the store and I felt the lady was going to have a heart attack. And I got scared from the lady because I didn't even know how to react because I was so young. And I moved away from her, but the guy at the counter was noticing that I was strange. And I didn't want to move. I got frozen, like something came within me and it froze me, and I kept staring at the woman. And as I was staring with the woman, she started getting pains in her chest and almost started holding on to something, almost dropping. And the guy looked at me, and the guy pulled me, and my mother came in off the other end of the store and came and got me and said, "What's going on?" And I said, "This woman I knew was going to be sick, Mom. I knew it. I knew she was going to get very ill." And the lady dropped, and they called 911. And then my mother, of course, the man was just frozen, didn't even think of anything. So when I went back, my mother said, "How did you know so young, my daughter, that this lady was going to have a heart attack?" I didn't know. And then it just went from there. You know, it skipped a beat. And then when I was starting to feel and knowledge these things on my own, I knew I had vision. I visualized things.
So you visualized things.
Yes.
So at what point did you start to realize you had a connection with the other side and people that have passed on? Where did that start to develop?
That started to, I was afraid of that.
I am too, even right now.
I used to have people come to me on clouds talking to me in my dreams.
On clouds?
On clouds.
Would it be like nighttime, daytime?
When I would be asleep.
No, I'm saying you're asleep, but in the dream, is it nighttime?
Oh,
like,
daytime.
and somebody would
Daytime.
float up on a cloud.
It's setting, like crossing their legs.
Wow.
In a white outfit.
What would they say?
Smiling. Nothing. Just smiling. They wouldn't say anything. I don't know if that's a spiritual thing with God, but they don't let you, they just come to visit you. And if they give you, I think it's them giving you luck when they do that, happiness. Because they like the spirit of mine. You understand? They jump into the spirit world and they like the company, if that makes sense to you.
Did you know, though, at the time, did you realize there were people who had passed on, or did you think these were still just dreams at this point? Or did you know, like, wow, these may be people who are dead right now?
People who passed on, like my uncle, he passed on, he was murdered, and he passed on, and he came to me, sitting in somebody's kitchen, crossing his legs, and smiling at me. For some reason, they don't talk to me. They just come to visit me. And if it's somebody I see and they'll tell me, oh, I miss my grandmother. I wish I could see her. I wish I could talk to her. Well, what does she look like? Because that will connect with me on what they're talking about.
Oh, no, I got you.
It would come like God connects you on these things. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's really something. I seen somebody in my dream, and they were sitting, and their hair were cut, and oh my God, you think that was my mother? Or they'll say, they think that's my aunt. You know what I'm saying?
So speaking of that, the tarot cards, I know you mentioned you connect with these spirits through the tarot cards.
Yes.
How does that process work, connecting with a spirit through tarot cards?
You have to go into like a 30-minute meditation and open up a certain area of your soul without blockage. These things are very important when you're going into meditation and talking with the dead. You have to do about a 30-minute session with yourself. And then if they feel comfortable to come speak with you, they'll speak with you. These people who talk with the dead, there's many people that do this. But they have to go into a certain level. You just can't go into it because you could hurt yourself.
You could hurt yourself?
Yes, you could hurt yourself.
You could
evil things could jump in.
Oh, could come through.
Yes.
Whatever you're opening up.
Yes, definitely.
So I know you mentioned that the spirits travel through those cards.
Yes.
How does that work though? Like, so they're not talking to you, or is it more of a thing you feel? Like, how does it happen with this card?
Yes, it's more of a thing that the card will tell me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. The card will tell me. It's all about you reading the card.
Mm-hmm.
If you have the channel to talk to the dead, you're going to talk to the card. And the person has to be there. You have to read for the dead.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just... If a person comes to me and tells me, my father left me some money. Can you read for me and let me know? How would you want your reading? A palm reading? Well, what's more effective, people will say? The cards.
The cards.
Yes.
Is that because it gives them something to like latch on to? Like they know to jump on those specific cards? Like, how does that work?
The cards are a human. They will tell you the truth. People, I've told people, which is it's very scary. I told people so much ahead of time, things happen, and they happened. The cards this is their own world. They will tell you. It's the spirit. There's probably 12 master spirits.
Master spirits.
Master spirits.
What is a master spirit?
It's its own master spirit. It's above us. Mm-hmm. You understand? It's above us. It has its own world. It knows everything.
That seems like the process of somebody's with you right now. That seems like it takes a lot of toll on you. Because I know you also mentioned you've had spirits travel through you as well.
Yes.
Is that like a possession, or like how would you describe that?
Here again, let me explain to you about that, because it's very important that you want to know about that. What I do is go in before I come in contact with the person that wants to know about the dead. And I have a lot of dead that is around me that helps me with the energy, okay? Good spirits, wonderful spirits. I'm already attacked with spirits in this room, okay? And the spirits is very strong
In this room.
in this room.
So you already
It's
feel
with
it.
me. I came with them,
Okay.
okay? So they will connect with the energy, with you, with me, with them. We're all connected in here. And they talk. They talk. There's probably people who's passed away heard is talking, because I'm a psychic in here. You understand? I have these connections with the universe and the dead in the spiritual world. So I have to get myself connected to speak with them with you. I could do that. There'll be another session or another time. I could do that. Of course, that would have to be set up.
No, for sure.
But for sure, I could do that, which you'll be very amazed with.
When you go into that zone, are any of these items on the table used for protecting you from these evil spirits that like?
Oh no, it's much differenter.
Yeah.
I have a much differenter setup when I go in. I have my own room I set up. I sit on the floor. I use certain materials that brings in the spirit, okay, and protection that first of all I put, and then I set in a circle. So nothing could touch me or jump into me or hurt me.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I know you mentioned the other day when we possibly told you we wanted to do that, you said some spirits have contracts that they've made where they don't allow themselves to be contacted.
Yep, until you contact them. Yes, the person cannot be there. I have to get the name, date of birth, information, and I have to contact to aware them who I am in order for them to contact me.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So when they do come to you, you're seeing them. You're seeing them the same way we're in this room right now.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So you're not very scared of these type of
Oh
things.
no. They went. I've had some from. We lived next door to a cemetery, in my younger days, and we're on the same side of the cemetery, and if it was across, the spirits was not been able to across the road, but when you're next to it, they're able to move up and down that street. So I had, as I was sleeping, I had. From a very far distance, I felt like it was lasting for 10, 15, 20 minutes. But like hundreds of voices, just hundreds of voices. And I'm asleep like this. And here's a door, a garage door. And I'm sleeping, I'm like this. I hear them and I'm out of my sleep, but I'm just feeling it. And I'm like, what is this? What am I going through? What is happening to me? And then you would get closer, you would hear them get closer, and I'm like, whoosh. I couldn't move my hands. I couldn't move my neck. I couldn't move nothing. And I kept hearing them. And then, whoosh. And then my body got unfroze. And it was like an energy, like exhausted me. And I'm like, oh my God. I've encountered and experienced the spirits went inside of me.
Wow. They went inside of you.
Inside of me. And for what reason at that time I was young. Probably 29. 57 now.
Did you have any guidance when things like that would happen? I know you said it got passed down. Did you have any guidance? Like, did your mother have those experiences?
They chose me. You understand what I'm saying? They chose me to do that. That's what I'm telling you. What was, at that point, I don't know why they chose me to do that, but they did.
No, I get what you're saying. So I know you mentioned God. So you believe in heaven and hell, God,
oh yes,
everything.
Yes.
So what
100%.
So
there is a hell.
That's what I was about to ask you. That's what I was about to ask you. So what if somebody wanted to contact a lost loved one and they're in hell? How does that work?
Do you believe when a person not overdose. Let's not say overdose. A lot of that goes on. Do you believe when a person purposely kills themselves, do you believe they go to heaven?
I believe.
Everybody's got their own thing about that.
I'll be honest. I know what the Bible says, but I actually believe that God weighs you based on your heart and spirit. So
100%. There was a guy, and this is a true story, short story. There was a guy, he could not escape the drugs. He was a good guy. He wouldn't steal any of his friends' girlfriends or wives. He was a true good man from the heart. He was a drug addict and will not steal money behind his parents' back or his kids. He was in his age. And he went in and out of those places where you try to get help and could not help him. He was a good guy. And for the last, he decided, he knew that if he killed himself, which people kept telling him that if he did that, even priests, that he would not go to heaven. And here's a true fact of this matter. He got 7 or 8 saints and went and took a shower and cleaned up for God. And he put all those saints around his bed and around his walls. He took every last dollar he had and bought so many saints and overdosed on his embryos, his pills that make him sleep.
Purposely.
On purposely to go to God. He wanted out.
Mm-hmm.
And so God could see he was clean and he wanted forgiveness and he wanted to go to God. And the sister told me that he came and visited her beautifully with a cross on his neck and crossed his feet and was in a kitchen smiling and looking at her and wanted her to know that God accepted him. It took him a while to see her. He was dead like for 2 years. Mm-hmm. But he made some kind of he's made, like God gave him some kind of reason to okay, if you want to be with me, this is what you're going to have to do. Mm-hmm. And if you want to be with your family, this is how it's going to be. You understand what I'm saying? He had rules that he had to go through first.
In order to be seen.
In order to be seen by his family and to know that, to show his loving sister that loved him and was beside him forever.
So there's still things on the other side. Once you cross over, it's still things that those souls have to do. So it really doesn't stop on
100%. And that's a true story. So yes, there is. You have to have you have to have a life. You have to have this loving life, and you have to have faith in any ugly thing you do on this earth to be close to God and for God to accept you.
So have you spoke to anyone who was in hell? Or
No.
Are they even allowed to?
No, I'm not allowed to. This is true.
Are they even allowed to, though? Do they want to be contacted? Are they even allowed to reach
No,
the
people
living?
who want to be hellish is not going to be,
They can't
contact.
even.
No. Mm-mm. No, sell their soul to the devil. That's a true story. If you want to sell your soul to the devil, you're never going to get there. That's a true story.
So, what are your thoughts on sleep paralysis, astral projection? Sleep paralysis is something that is afflicted me since I've been a little kid. It hasn't happened in some months, but I've had some very crazy stories. I wanted to share a couple with you to see kind of what you think those were.
Yes, go ahead.
So one time in particular, this is like the first time I saw something. I'd always got sleep paralysis my whole life. You know, you wake up in the middle of the night, frozen. You can't move. It's a pressure on you. This particular time, I think I was about 16 years old. I was at my house in Georgia, my family's house. I woke up in the middle of the night, 3 a.m., frozen, couldn't move. From my door, I saw a shadowy figure come in. I kind of describe it the way that the things at the car dealerships move. Started from the door, got all the way up on me in my face, and then it let me go. Another time, out here in California, me and my girl had got into an argument, and I went to go sleep on the couch. This time that it happened, it was probably like 3 a.m. I wake up, I have sleep paralysis, can't move. I'm like, okay, it's just the usual sleep paralysis. I thought it was her coming up behind me. It was pitch black, but it was her figure. It was a figure of a woman, I could tell. Walked up behind me on the couch, leaned down, kissed me on the head. I thought it was her. The next day I asked her, I was like, oh, I saw you kiss me last night. Thank you. And she basically said, I did not kiss you. I haven't been up, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Another time, I was in college with my ex. I was in her room. I got it real bad that time. This is after I had already got online and researched about it. It said, think God in your head, think pray in your head. So I attempted to pray, and the force got so heavy on me that my ex thought I was having a seizure. Like, she woke up screaming. She thought I was having a seizure. She left the room because I told her I'm okay, I'm good. I went back to sleep. Shortly after that, it got me again. This time, I saw, like, to this day, I still tell the story. I got a little hand. I saw a hand coming up, shadow coming up. Right when I looked at it, it let me go. I'm gonna give you a couple more before I get to the point I'm making. My best friend, Josh, he had never had sleep paralysis, but I got to the point where I was so comfortable with him telling him stuff like this. I told him about these stories I just told you. Within 48 hours, he got sleep paralysis for the first time. He called me when he got it. And it was very scary for him, and it was scary for me because I thought something was attached to me.
Okay.
And probably 3 years later, I just talked to him this morning about this because I told him I was talking to you today. We were in his house in Georgia. We were talking about the same story that I just told you, and he had a little teacup on his TV stand. The teacup basically exploded. It exploded. Like, on my life, on my soul. Like, we just talked about this morning because I said, bro, do you remember when that happened? I said, do you remember when that happened? He said, yeah, bro. I didn't know how to explain it to this day, but I remember that. So,
do you believe in evil walking the streets and walking when people walk, like Hollywood, and people are walking and those evil spirits are just walking along with you? Do y'all feel that when you're walking at night?
Yeah, I believe in that type of stuff.
I don't even know why they have that name for it, but I feel you've done something to bring them upon yourself. Not on purposely, you let them in. And you have to find a way to, I'm going to say destroy them. Because they're just, they go from your family member to family member to friend.
I mean, yeah, my mother told me that she had it too. When I told her about it, she said, yeah, I used to get sleep paralysis all the time as well. So it's been something. Even right now, as I'm talking to you, I'm pretty creeped out right now because I always felt like when it was really bad, I felt like something was waiting for me to die. Mm-hmm. And when I died, it was going to take me and just, I don't know, but.
Quick question.
What?
Anybody did witchcraft in your family?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
Not that I know of. Yeah, it was really scary for a long period of my life. Like, when I would get it, I would really be terrified because I thought something was just waiting to get me. And, you know, these are things that I saw. I've seen these things. I saw the shadow figure with my own eyes while I was awake. So, you know, I just wanted your thoughts on that.
That is the dark side of a living spirit. That is, they are stuck. And they're stuck forever here until you destroy them.
So you think that's a dark spirit who used to be a
It's
human?
troubled. Misery loves company.
So what does it get from coming to me?
Misery loves company. It just
Does it feel that my energy's not happy?
Yes, that too. But that's not the way you are. Most of the time you want to be happy. What all these things that you're talking about today, you need to have a very strong cleansing on your body, mind, soul, and spirit.
I mean, I feel the trauma that I have. I walk around with it a lot.
Yes.
I don't know if that's what you.
Yes, the past.
If we were talking about it on camera, like I'm okay to talk about it
Yeah,
on camera.
talk about
I know
it.
that
It's
when
the truth here.
when you first got here, you shook my hand and you said something about my energy, and you know I'm okay if you being open with it. Like, what did you feel when you shook my hand?
Struggle with yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Can you go into more detail?
Depressed and struggled. Hurt. You fight it. You get up in it. It's always another day. And the people around you help you get through it.
Yeah, I go through a lot. I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of telling you on the phone. I moved here, with just me and my girl, and this Cali stuff. It's been a lot. It's been a lot that's happened to me over these past 5 years, and
You have to be a very strong person to live here.
Yeah, I've had no choice but to, because you know, it's kind of what you just said. My friends and family back home, when I talk to them, that's how I'm able to recharge. But like I carry myself real good, but I go through a lot of stuff, and you know I try not to have it on my spirit, but
You're struggling spiritually.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Like you kind of hit that on the head. Like I walk around with that a lot, so that was.
But
pretty
this
accurate.
story, you need a cleansing. You need to rebirth yourself. Spiritually, godly. You need to. This is something we do.
So what is the cleansing look like?
We capture them and destroy them. People, you're not the only one. People, and that's why I tell you, when you're walking at night, you've got to feel something. You know, when you're walking, you know, some people say, you know, I'm scared, let's leave. You know, we're going to get in trouble, or somebody's going to jump us, or let's leave. That's a sign that you know, they're messing with you.
I mean, yeah, and I know kind of what you mentioned. I've always been real good with picking up on people's energy. I felt it when I talked to you on the phone. I felt it when you put these items on the table. Somebody else actually told me I need an energy cleansing before too. I've never got one ever.
You can't just get it from anybody.
Yeah, I know. I guess my thing is I try to just pray it away, or go to the gym, or just, you know, meditate. But it's
Well,
weird.
that's your choice.
It feels good.
That helps. That helps.
It helps in the moment, but you know, the same way you shook my hand and you felt.
You need
whatever you
protection
felt.
pieces. You need the cleansing. You need to come in, talk about it. You know, we got to adjust it. Let me give you this. Hold on. Let me grab these things. Go out. Do this for tonight. Do that for tonight. I need you to put this on by your side. Put this so much in this here. I'm going to make this bag for you. Take it home. This is all holy. This is nothing that's witchcraft or black magic. This is all purely from God. So you're going to go and cleanse yourself. You're going to learn to keep these things protected on yourself. You need protection. Every day, every night, every morning, pray, meditate, use your items, cleanse yourself. Yes. When you don't have that, and years and years and years will go by, and you're carrying all this stuff that dropped you and took you down because you can't forget about it or let go of it. It's a spiritual thing because you're trapped.
Yeah, that sounds like me.
Yeah, you're trapped.
I will say as well, I got to a point, before we move on to this next part, I got to a point where I had almost feel like I reached a spiritual awakening, I'm gonna tell you a story I have.
Yes, sir.
I used to be really deep into meditation. See, I had this meditation tattoo on me.
Yes.
Like, I used to be really, really deep into
Let
meditation.
me look at that. Mm-hmm.
I can even feel your energy when you touch me right now. This is crazy.
What religion was this person who did this?
I'm not sure, but it was a white guy who did it. But I found this. I showed him that I wanted
Was
this
he
stuff.
was he religious?
I wouldn't even know.
Okay.
You felt something just now?
Yes, it's good. It's good.
Okay, it
It's
was
good. It's good. May it protect you and keep you blessed. Yes,
Okay.
it's good.
No, that's good.
I wouldn't have you to remove it. I'm that kind.
So I'm gonna tell you my story. So I used to be really hard into meditation. I still meditate, but this is when I was really deep into it. I meditated one time for 30 minutes straight. It's funny you mentioned 30 minutes earlier. I meditated for 30 minutes straight, and I tapped into something.
That's the light you reach. That's the light you reach.
Someone told me
30
this-
minutes
my
of
barber-
meditation. You reach the light.
My barber told me
Purity
this last
and
night.
clarity.
Nah, this crazy. She said is that like my barber, she's very spiritual, and she said that was the light of God. I told her, because I tell people this story and nobody else had felt it before. I meditated for 30 minutes straight and I felt it. It felt like painless electricity going through my body, and it scared me. And it's the reason I stopped meditating seriously, because I didn't know what I had tapped into. I felt high without being high. I felt it was literally coursing through me. And I wanted to know what you thought that was. But I guess it's the same thing you're saying, right?
Yes,
Like, that's
energy is meditation. And if you got a connection and you're feeling your energy of meditation, you got a good spirit with you.
I mean, I feel pretty heavy right now talking
What-
about these things.
It feels like to me you're being saved by someone. That's what it feels like to me right now.
I mean, that's a good feeling to have. I mean, even these past times where I've had these moments, it doesn't feel like a nefarious spirit.
You like what you do. So that means somebody agrees spiritually in the spiritual world, they're helping you.
And I think that's kind of what
An
you said.
angel, I'm going to call it an angel. I'm going to call it an angel.
Yeah, I think that's kind of when you said the struggle within myself, that really stood out, because a part of me feels called to be higher on a spiritual level, but because of I don't know, whatever worldly influences, sometimes I limit myself from tapping into those feelings. I can honestly say that. So I feel like I have like some type of blockage.
There is. I do feel blockage.
Yeah, I do feel like I have a blockage. So that's what a cleanse does, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
If you don't have these things, if you don't do these things, and you could be a millionaire, fellas. And what when you're feeling the way you're feeling right now, and you go, okay, I bought me a car, I bought me a house, I bought me this, and then a month, 2, 3 months goes by, 4 months goes by, you drop, your spirit will show you everything. And something comes upon you and starts bothering you again.
That's why I just said that, because even right now, I'm gonna be honest, I worked really hard since I've came out here, and
Yes,
right now I can
know.
say that I have a lot of the things that I wanted to get and strive to do. I've done them, but I still don't feel how I thought I would feel when I had them. And I think there's something deeper there that's making me.
You need to come to me, and I need to help you understand your spirit and your soul. This interview is about you and thousands of other people that feel the exact same thing, because it's an evil spirit. The door opened, they were at the wrong place at the wrong time, and followed them back into their life. And you're trying to work very hard to forget. You're trying very hard to get where you're at. You are a hard worker, my friend. But something there is blocking you, and we need to capture it and destroy it. away from you so that you could get relief. I don't know, something like my clients will say, something jumped out of me. I don't know, I feel better. I could actually go, I feel tired, but Beverly, I feel so free. It's the spirit within you. It feeds you. Everything, your mind, your love, your career, your finances, your family, your vacation, your money, everything. If you have a good spirit and energy, the energy is very important, people, to have. Good energy, good spirit to keep all the blockages and the negativity away. And to fight it with items that does fight it. Psychics who are real that do it. I'm not the only good number one psychic. There's many of them around the United States that will blow your mind away. But everyone, you have a friend. The friends are destroyment. They destroy you. Because I had people walk up and down my shop. And a lady came in and said to me, I need help. Can you help me? I'm really confused. I need help. Here walks a guy and grabs her and tells her, what you doing in there? Why are you going in there? Don't go in there. And she said, well, yes, she's been here for a long time. I like it because she's been here for a long time. No, you don't need that. Come on, this man had his girlfriend and just grabbed her off the street, telling her that. It's friends and people who are the most negative things if you don't feel their soul. If you can't feel their soul, and the first minute they lie to you, go.
Be done with them.
Be done with them. Because they are waiting. They love trouble. They love miserable people. They love to be miserable like you. They love to be two-facing. They love to steal you. They love to rob you. They love pretend like, okay, give me this money, I'll invest in it. There's so much I could tell you that you got to be loving yourself and knowing knowledge is the thing. The energy causes knowledge. If you don't have the energy, you ain't gonna.
So let me ask you then. I think that's very true what you just said, by
Yes.
the way. Doing what you do, you're dealing with spirits, you're dealing with, your own spirits. You said that are in the room with you at all times. A big part of my podcast is mental health and how do we keep ourselves uplifted through having these things. So you, outside of the physical world, you're dealing with stuff in the spiritual world as well.
Yes.
How do you maintain your mental health, doing this?
I never have mental health. I love. I don't let money get to me. I don't let health get to me. It's a challenge. It's what God gives to you. And you have to go out there and handle it. You're not supposed to go crazy. Like my brother died. My brother passed away. And it was only one brother. I was the brother he never had. He was the sister I never had. And I didn't go crazy. I cried for 3-4 days. And about a good 2-3 years, I kept myself hurt, but I kept all of my finances going. I took care of all my family. I did what I had to do. You never want to fall. Because if you fall, you're done. The evil spirits has got you, grabbed you, and you're looking to have problems. Go make problems, steal somebody, rob somebody, lie to somebody, do something ugly to somebody, because it's going to continue to grow on you if you don't keep yourself spiritual, loving, caring, knowledgeable, giving. Oh, that's the number one thing. Give. Give, because God gives all the good back to you.
I will say, that's the key word you just said. I was going to ask you tips for people dealing with things. That's been one of the things that's helped me feel better through what I was just telling you. Helping other people makes my soul feel good.
Number one thing.
That's a calling I feel like I've had to help other people.
That's why I do what I do.
Okay.
Keep
cool,
going.
Cool. Yeah.
Keep going.
No,
This
sure.
is why I do what I do. I give.
No,
I
sure.
give.
I know it's a key factor. That's kind of what I wanted to ask you about those tips, but you just definitely dropped some great ones. Real quick, have you contacted your brother?
Yes.
You have?
Yes.
How was that? How was that convo?
Loving. Waiting for me. Waiting for me.
No, that's good.
He got through. He got through because he was a good man.
Mm-hmm. No, that's good. Yeah, that popped in my head just now. I know we're close to, closing out. But I wanted to ask you,
Okay.
it's something right now, not even right now, just in the air around Halloween time, Halloween season. What is the energy in the air around Halloween? What do you feel
Evil.
right now?
Evil.
So the essence of this
Evil. That is the devil's birthday. Evil. Be careful, people. Be careful.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you that because I know
That is their night.
So portals are easier to open during this time.
Absolutely.
Are there more
Yep.
attacks on you during this time from the other side? Like, do you?
It's all sacrifice. Pigs, children, women, boys. Bizarre. Witness stories. Ugly. Be careful, guys. May God be with all of you. Halloween night.
Okay. So I want you to be fully honest right now. As you're in here with us today, do you feel anything in the room right now? What are you feeling in this room at the moment? Take your time, take your time.
Sad stories. People wanting to know stuff too. I feel everybody. I feel them.
I mean, yeah, we were all very curious today. This is like a new thing, having somebody in here in person. In this
It's
room.
not just a Halloween night. It's about people. This world is about people. There's more insanity, murder, ugliness in this world. It's more about how I could give you a knowledge about cleansing, purifying yourself, rebirthing yourself, new life.
Yeah, it's definitely been a lot of sad
This is what
stories.
attacks me. That's what attacks me here.
No, it's definitely been a lot of sad stories in this room. I'm gonna say this before we close out. Beverly, it's been a very insightful podcast today.
Thank you.
We went into this knowing a little, but wanted to know a lot. I feel like I learned a lot. I didn't think it would turn inward towards myself even, but definitely I've had a lot of these convos over the past week about me tapping in more spiritually and trying to get whatever blockage is there.
But
So,
can I mention something to you?
Yeah,
If I am offering you and telling you you need a cleansing,
yeah.
and you're doing it for yourself, don't do it for me. Do it for yourself. And when you leave, then you could tell me, hey, this didn't work for me.
Mm-hmm.
Let me show you what I really could do.
Okay.
And if you like it and you feel better and it left you, then you could put me back on interview and I'll interview you. I'll say, hey, I gave you a cleansing. Tell me how it was.
Yeah.
No,
I'll be honest.
That's the only way we're
open
gonna
to
do that.
I'm open to that. And for the people
Yes.
watching right now, could you look at your camera and tell them the importance of, why it's good to have great spiritual health and, get your services, why is this stuff important?
because people lose their self. And people don't know why It happens to them because they're good people. And they're being betrayed and backstabbed, and they don't even know it. It's a good thing to keep God with you at all times. Pray. Cleansing is the most important thing. Evil spirits are real. They jump in your spirit. They confuse. They're lonely. They're stuck in limbo. They were murdered. They were killed. All kinds of ugly stuff people do to people, and they don't even know why they do it. But there are people like us to save your spirit. We know what to do for you. You may not think we know. It's scientifically, meditatively proven what we do. We're not fraudulistic. We don't fraudulistic anybody. I've been in one place for 25 years. And I've helped people. Some people didn't like it because of their religiousness. When you got a different type of religious and you don't believe in this, it's not going to work. But when you believe that you want your energy changed and you believe in God and you believe me and do the things I tell you to do and give it a chance, it worked for you. You'll get up with new stuff. Life comes your way. Doors are open. Good doors. Bad door shuts, a good door opens. I promise you that. Come see me. And call me for an appointment.
I'll put your contact on the video as well.
Yeah.
Yep. I'll put it on there.
Okay.
Again,
God bless everyone. Keep everyone safe for Halloween. Keep your eye out for your children. Don't eat the candies unless you check them. That's a real true story there. And watch your children and watch your back. And please, people, don't drink and drive and get drunk and hurt innocent people who go out there for Halloween with all faith in God to have fun because it's on this earth. So please, guys, keep safe and believe that purity, God, and cleansing and love will keep your spirit blessed and happy and for good things to always come in your life. God bless.
On that note, y'all, it's been another episode of Dojo Sessions. Sensei Kai, learning life through lessons. Happy Halloween.